This bedroom looks calm, expensive, comfortable, but it's designed wrong. I see these mistakes in luxury homes and small apartments all the time, and they quietly ruin your sleep, your comfort, and the entire feel of the room. Today, I'll show you 5 bedroom design mistakes most people ignore and how to fix them without replacing your furniture. And stick around because mistake number 4 is the one people regret the most. First up, a bed that's too small for the room. The bed is the anchor of the bedroom. When it's too small, the entire room feels off balance and just wrong. This usually happens when people choose a bed size based on habit, not on proportion. For example, a king bed in a large room creates presence and makes the space feel grounded. But a small bed floating in a sea of empty space, it makes the room feel unfinished, almost like a hotel that cut corners. The fix is simple. Scale the bed to the room. If your room allows it, size up. You'll notice that luxury bedrooms always feel intentional and well-grounded, and a properly scaled bed is a huge part of that. Next, let's talk about nightstands that don't match the scale of the bed. This one is subtle, and that's why it's so dangerous. You might have these tiny little nightstands next to a large grand bed, and it instantly cheapens the entire space. It breaks the visual continuity and makes the bed feel oversized and awkward, instead of intentional and grand. The fix here is to ensure your nightstands align with both the mattress height and the overall width of the bed. A good rule of thumb is that the nightstand top should be roughly level with the top of your mattress. And when in doubt, always go wider, not narrower. A well-designed luxury bedroom feels balanced from left to right, creating a sense of symmetry and calm. Mistake number 3, relying only on harsh overhead lighting. If that ceiling light is the only light source in your bedroom, the room will never, ever feel relaxing. Bedrooms are not offices. They're emotional spaces designed for rest and intimacy. Blasting the room with a single bright overhead light creates harsh shadows and a clinical, unwelcoming atmosphere. The fix is to layer your lighting. Think bedside lamps for reading, maybe some elegant wall sconces for ambiance, or even some soft indirect glow from a floor lamp in the corner. The goal is to create a soft, inviting environment where you almost never need to turn on that main overhead light, especially at night. Alright, here it is. Mistake number 4, the one I see people regret the most. Having cluttered walls behind the bed. This is the visual focal point when you walk into the room, and it should feel calm, not loud. I'm talking about too much art, too many small frames creating a busy gallery wall, or distracting, busy wall panels. This visual noise right where you're supposed to rest is counterproductive. Your brain processes that clutter, even subconsciously. The fix? Go for one strong, simple statement. This could be a single, large piece of artwork, a clean, beautifully upholstered headboard wall, or perhaps a wall with a soft, textural finish. Remember, true luxury bedrooms don't shout. They whisper. They create a feeling of serenity. And finally, mistake number 5, completely ignoring texture. This is the secret reason so many bedrooms feel flat, boring, and one-dimensional. Even if they have nice furniture, it's when you see the same fabric, the same finish, the same smooth surface everywhere. Even a room with a completely neutral color palette needs contrast to feel rich and inviting. The fix is to consciously layer different textures. Mix soft linens with a plush, upholstered headboard. Introduce natural elements like wood, complement them with different fabrics, and add subtle hints of metal in your light fixtures or hardware. Luxury is something that's often felt before it's even seen, and a rich mix of textures is how you achieve that tactile, sophisticated feeling. So let's do a quick recap. The 5 mistakes are a bed that's too small for the room, nightstands that are out of proportion, relying only on harsh overhead lighting, a busy wall behind the bed, and finally, a lack of texture. Notice that these aren't budget problems. They're design decisions. You can have the most expensive furniture in the world, but if you make these mistakes, the room will never feel right. Now, these same principles of scale, layering, and balance show up even more powerfully when it comes to lighting, and that's exactly what we're recovering next. Episode 3 breaks down the critical lighting mistakes that can instantly downgrade your entire home. Subscribe if you want to create spaces that feel intentional, not accidental. Thanks for watching.